Today we are collecting like terms. Day 4, collecting like terms. Okay, let's go over the starter together. You should try it yourself first before watching the solutions. But if you tried it yourself and you haven't got it, or if you just want to check your answers, then go ahead and watch this video. So this means here, number 1, this means 3 times a, and a is negative 2. So you can write it like this. I didn't give myself much room. Actually, let me do it over here. 3 times negative 2 minus b. Now b is negative 3. This is minus b, and b is negative 3. So you're going to do minus negative 3 like that, which is negative 6 plus 3, which equals negative 3. Okay? So watch out for the negatives. Number 2, I'll do it over here. We have 2 minus 3 times c. Now c is negative 5, so I just stick negative 5 in the brackets like that. Remember to do multiplying before we do the subtracting. So that's going to be, this part right here is going to be negative 15. So it's going to be minus negative 15, which is of course plus 15. So we get 17 for the second one here. Now if you got a, b, c, that is simply a times b times c. So let's do that one up here. So we can write it like negative 2 times negative 3 times negative 5. Okay, negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. So we get negative 30. Okay, this one here is, let me write it over here, a divided by c times 5. Now a is negative 2 divided by negative 5 times 5. And here we can multiply, but we can also simplify before we multiply. The 5's both cancel to give you 1's. And so we've got just negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 over negative 1. And negative divided by negative is positive. So it's positive 2. Okay, and number 5. Let's try to squeeze it in here. Number 5, we've got negative 3 divided by negative 2 plus 4. Now that's a fraction. So we can get a common denominator of 2. Okay, this is going to have 2. This is going to be positive. Negative divided by negative is positive. So it's going to be 3 over 2 plus 8 over 2, which equals 11 over 2. And you can leave it like that or write it as a mixed number. Okay. Now, this one here, a squared minus b squared, we can write that as, well, we need the brackets. Okay, even if you type this into a calculator, you need the brackets. This is negative 2 squared minus negative 3 squared. Okay, the brackets means the negative is included. You got negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Negative 3 times negative 3 is 9. So that whole thing there is negative 5. Okay, so that's how we do the starter. That was substitution in the starter. Now we're going on to actually collecting like terms, which is what we're doing today. Let me just erase these real quick. Okay, so if we have x plus x, well, think about it now. If you have 4 plus 4, that's 2 times 4. If you have 5 plus 5, that's 2 times 5. So this is actually just 2 times x, or 2x. Okay, you can check your work by simply substituting in actual numbers. So 5 plus 5 is 10, and 2 times 5 is 10, so it works for any number you put in for x. And this next one, 4x minus x, well, this is like a 1x. 4x minus 1x is just 3x. And again, you can check your work by just substituting in numbers. For example, 4 times 2 is 8. So if x is 2, 4 times 2 is 8. Minus 2 is 6, and also 3 times 2 is 6. So it works for any number. So basically what you have to do is you look at the numbers in front of the variable, which are called coefficients, and we add those together. So we have negative 7 plus 1 is negative 6, so we get a negative 6a here. And this one here, this negative means it's like a negative 1. Negative 1 plus 2 is positive 1. So we have 1b, which you can write as just simply b. Okay, and here we have 1a minus 2a is negative 1a. Just do 1 minus 2 is negative 1. Or you can write it as negative a. It means the same thing. And the last one, we got some exponents. So you can, if they're both a squared, we can add those together. That's 1 minus 2 is negative 1. A squared. This is negative 1b, and 3b is 2b. And we don't need to write the ones, so we can write it just like that. Okay? So that's how that works. In the second example is very similar, but we have some constants without a variable, and then we have some variables. So we cannot add the 2 to the 3x because one's got a variable and one doesn't. Okay, but we can take this 3x and we can add x, and we get 4x. But the negative 2 is the same. Okay, now here we got a's and b's, so we can add the a's together. That's 1a plus 2a is 3a. And then for the b's, we've got negative b and a plus 2b. So that's negative 1 plus 2 is positive 1b. Or just 3a plus b. We don't need to write the 1. Okay, next examples, be careful of negatives. This is positive 2x and a negative x. So that's 2 minus 1 is just 1x. And then this is 5 minus 3, which is 2. So this gives you x plus 2. In this next example, we've got negative 4x and negative x gives you negative 5x. And negative 7 minus 11 is negative 18. Okay. And then we have your practice work. So, let's just do one of these as an example, I suppose. Let's do that one there. So c squared plus c squared plus c squared plus, this is 1 c squared and 1, 1, 1, 1. So you just add these coefficients together, and we get 5 c squared. Okay, that's what you do here. Just watch out for some negatives and such. And all these examples are pretty similar. Let's do this one here as an example. So I'll look at the a's first. There's 2 of them. There's a 2a and a 1a, gives you 3a. 3b plus 3b gives you 6b. And then negative, watch out for the negatives. This is negative 2 plus 4 is plus 2. So that's how you do those. When you get to question 4, you can only add together x squareds with x squareds. You can't add x squared and x, so just make sure to be careful of that. Here's some extensions. So these are some harder ones on the bottom, so you can try those if you wish. Or maybe I'll do one as an example, like O. So what you do is 5 times everything in the brackets means you'd have 3y plus 7 plus 3y plus 7 plus 3y plus 7 plus 3y plus 7 plus 3y plus 7. You do it 5 times. So you can do 5 times both these things, right? And you're going to get 15y plus 35. In the second set of brackets, you get this. Okay, so remember this is extension, so this is only if you're ready for it. If you find the rest of the stuff we did earlier easy, then you can try this. So after doing that, we get this, and you can simplify that further to 15 minus 6 is 9, 9y, and plus 50 is what we get, okay? And then the answers are on the bottom, in case you want to check that out. We also have some puzzles today. There's a level 5 puzzle and a level 7 puzzle. I think the instructions are pretty clear. Just simplify and then put the letters in the boxes below, and it gives an answer to the questions.